Hello and welcome. This is Suchit Ahuja from the Frugal Digital Innovation page. And I have today with me in continuing our series on pioneers in frugal digital innovation. I have the privilege of hosting Binayak Acharya, who is the co-founder of ThinkZone India. ThinkZone India focuses on improving educational outcomes of early grade learners in under-resourced communities and has a fascinating model of using both technology and non-technology interventions based on an activity-based methodology that they have developed, which was particularly useful during the pandemic. And we'll hear this fascinating story from Binayak himself. As I said, Binayak is the co-founder and CEO of ThinkZone. He is a World Bank Youth Summit winner, Laureate Global Fellow, Mass Challenge alumnus, and a Cemex Tech Global Social Entrepreneur. So there's no shortage of laurels for Binayak. Binayak, thank you for being with us, and I appreciate the time, and we look forward to learning from you and learning this fascinating journey that you've taken. And truly, this fits, our theme of pioneers in frugal digital innovation. So thank you for being with us, and over to you.
Thanks, Suchit. First of all, I'd like to thank a big thanks to the entire team for wanting to share story with the world. I'll give a quick introduction of what we do at ThinkZone by sharing few slides about our work. So I'll just quickly. I think the screen is already shared. So I'll just straight away start with what we do. So at ThinkZone, we work towards improving the educational outcomes of children from under-resourced communities using accessible technology and activity-based methodology. So the problem that we are basically wanting to solve is that children are going to schools, but they're not learning anything there. So this is a massive educational problem that we are facing, not even in India, but across the globe. So children don't have the fundamentals to do well in their life, and statistics show that, like, in case they don't reach age appropriate skills by age 10, they tend to drop out of the entire system. So this is like a vicious cycle that we at ThinkZone want to break. So at ThinkZone, as I mentioned, we use accessible technology and a low-cost school-in-a-box solution to implement early grade education programs. Well, how do we do that? We work with community educators, childcare workers, school teachers, and also parents who in turn deliver education programs using ThinkZone's data-driven mobile and voice-based technology, low-cost learning resources, and class management tools. So ThinkZone has different layers of implementation, and I would share that in the next slides. But I wanted to share this, Sujit, and also with the entire team, that technology for us is an enabler. So we are not saying that we are an edtech product, and we are also not saying that technology is solving all the problems that we want to solve. So till date, ThinkZone is working and in fact impacting more than 6,000 children, and we work with more than 400 educators in Odisha. Odisha is on the eastern part of the country, and we are working continuously. So it's not like these students, we just reach out once and we stop. So these are the actively enrolled students who are a part of ThinkZone programs. So we just recently published our impact report in terms of how we are being able to improve the learning outcomes of children. Here are a few important points that I want to highlight. Is that children who have gone through the entire ThinkZone program in 1 year have shown, in fact, massive improvements in their language and as well as in their arithmetic scores. We also work with children in the age group of 3 to 5, and we have seen that among the children who are enrolled, more than 55% children have developed age appropriate skills. As a simple example that I have also mentioned over here in the slides is that we work on making sure that children are having foundational skills to do well in their lives, and as one of the metrics that I have highlighted is that after the program, what we have seen is that 85% children are able to do basic counting, 95% children by age 3 are able to identify colors. So we track our programs diligently, and those metrics are captured and showcased in our impact report. These are few of the other impact metrics also, as I had mentioned before, that we also work with educators. What we have seen is that, like, after the educators who are a part of the program, in fact, more than 50% are right now using innovative teaching methods in the classroom. And over a period of 1 year, what we have seen is that there has been a 28% increase in the skills of educators through the workshops that we do. So to give a brief of what are the different programs, and I would share about that in the subsequent slides. We work in the age group, like with the age group of 3 to 10 years, and also with educators, and we have very specific programs for everyone. So we have programs which is being implemented in childcare centers. We have programs which is being implemented in primary schools, and we also have a after school program which is delivered by local community educators, which is known as ThinkZone India Micro Entrepreneurs for in Education Fellowship. So these are few of the short-term and long-term programs that we implement on ground. To give a brief of the quality learning initiative which happens in the childcare centers, these are known as ANGANWADIS. These are basically public-run childcare centers by the government. So this program focuses on developing age-appropriate skills among children. This is a continuous program wherein children are made to work on simple concepts to make sure that they are developing age appropriate skills. So these programs are delivered by Anganwadi workers, the childcare workers, who are supported with workshops, with our technology, with program support, and also we provide them with mobile application platform for classroom management, assessments, and also learning solutions. The similar program, it's being run in primary schools. In the primary schools, the focus is on language and arithmetic skills, and it is for class 1 to 5. The unique thing about the program is that this is a level-based program and not an age-based. So it means basically that children who don't have the required skills don't study in the class that they are. So we find out their appropriate level during our baseline test, and based on that, the programs are delivered using activity-based methodology. In short, we have another program, which is the one where we started out at ThinkZone. This has evolved into a fellowship program for community educators. In this program, the fellows, the time fellows are identified, skilled, and supported to implement educational programs at their own homes by opening up learning centers. So these fellows implement all the programs that we have currently at ThinkZone, and ThinkZone provides them with all the support that we do in the similar manner to the school teachers and as well as to the childcare workers. So this is one of the programs and which we as a team implemented during the pandemic, and I'll share how we did the same during the past few months. So this program uses low cost technology solutions to engage children in activity based learning. So the program is delivered directly to parents' feature phones, and the access of the content is of course free for the families. So there are different versions to the same. We deliver content via automated calls. A toll-free number is also available for the parents to call back. We have a text messaging facility wherein those activities which are shared over automated calls and through the IVRS solutions are also shared as simple activities in the local language in SMS. And then on the top of that, we have weekly phone calls, that is twice a week, which happens by the trained community educators to supplement the calls. So these activities are again focused on arithmetic and language skills development, and is for the age group of 3 to 10 years. Then there are other shorter versions. One of them is the foundational learning program, which makes sure that it's basically a time-bound program, and which focuses on making sure that the children develop the foundational skills in a short span of time. And then we have the school readiness program, which again happens just when the children are enrolled in class 1, to make sure that they have developed age appropriate skills in a short duration. So there are different features of the entire process. So the ThinkZone mobile application, which is being used by the educators, is critical. The unique thing about the entire platform, that it can work on an offline mode, and it contains proprietary teaching activities to engage children. There are various models in the application, be it training content, be it class management, and to track the skills of children. Then a critical component is that we make sure that the educators are delivering the content using an activity-based methodology. This is basically a process where the simple concepts are being delivered to children using audios, videos, learning resources, etc. So this approach sort of eliminates any sort of boredom, which has been mentioned on the slides, and this makes sure that the children continue learning at the place where they go to. We also track the learning goals of children using mobile technology, so this is just basically an example of the assessment sheet that we have, and the educators fill the same on the platform. So apart from that, what we do is that we continuously engage with the educators in different format. When they get onboarded, there is basically online and offline pre-programmed workshops which happens, and then they continuously work on completing the modules on the mobile app, and then apart from that, they also get bi-weekly support on their mobile phone via voice-based technology. The program managers, or I might say the operation associates, they are an important part in the entire implementation of the programs. They are from the same community. They support the educators and locally manage the entire program delivery in their respective villages. They use again mobile technology to monitor and support the educators in the program. These are, in terms of implementing the school in a box, what we have mentioned, like in the previous slides, is that we provide the educators to deliver activity-based methodology using simple and low-cost teaching and learning resources. What is an important area which has always been ignored by everyone, is the role of parents in the education of their children. As I had mentioned before, that we are not a tech product. We use technology and we expect that technology is an enabler to deliver quality education programs. And we also identified that parents play a key role. And for that, we continuously engage them through offline workshops. And during COVID, when we launched our new product, we also started utilizing IVR technology and voice-based and automated voice call, sorry, and SMS facilities to reach out to parents. These are some of our partners, and we would not have reached so far without their support. They have played a very important role in making sure that we are able to reach out to the last mile. ThinkZone has been featured in the media. These are a few of our stories which were shared on different platforms. Um, uh, uh, like again, third party endorsements about our work. Very recently also, our work was documented by the Indian government as one of the best practices of sustainable development. And apart from that, we were also selected by Millennium Alliance and HDFC, who have supported us through implementation grants. Yes. Coming back to the COVID pandemic, uh, ThinkZone, from the slides that I had shared before, basically implements program in a physical format. Yes, we use technology. Yes, we reach out to parents, but all our programs had a physical component to it. So when the lockdown happened and all educational centers closed down, we were, in a spot as to how do we reach out to children, how do we reach out to educators. Basically, the challenge was to make sure that the children are continuing their learning. So from April 2020, ThinkZone has been implementing a new product, the home-based learning program, to make sure that the children are continuously learning. So from the past, it's been more than 8 months, and we have already reached out to more than 6818 children with activity-based content, using remote instructions by phones, by simple text messages, by automated voice calls, and through IVRs. What we have also found out was that this solution, and I might be honest over here and to say that, like every solution that we or any education player implements on ground has its own challenges. So despite the challenges that we faced in this also, what we found out was that this, especially the low cost technology solution, has high potential to improve children's learning at scale. And for this reason, we have been right now partnering with the state government of Odisha in delivering the same program across schools of Odisha. As a matter of fact, we are also doing, and this is the first time that that ThinkZone is a part of this. There is an independent evaluation by leading academic researchers of India to study the the potential of the program, and this can have massive policy level modifications and implementations of this program in this regard. So apart from that, we also try to deliver programs using FM radios. We did it for a few months, but then that also was quite useful in reaching out to children. These are few of the pictures during the pandemic, and many of the parents had shared the same. So the idea is very simple. We share simple activities with parents over phone, over SMS, and then follow them up through live phone calls to make sure that the children are doing the activities for at least 15 to 20 minutes a day. So these are few of the activities which was captured by parents and shared with us. I'll give an example of a simple activity. These basically are shared in the local language. So say we send them. First of all, we share through automated voice call about the detailed activity, and then share the same over simple SMS. And then we have the local community educator who is being mapped to 25 to 30 students, who calls them up twice a week to make sure that these activities are being done. So the activities are in for language activity and for arithmetic. This was this is the toll-free number, and we had actively promoted the same in a physical format across the communities where we were working. So this program of ours had generated quite a lot of buzz, and we were featured on Al Jazeera. We very recently Forbes India had also covered our work. Apart from that, leading newspapers and the media channels of India had also shared details about our home-based learning program with everyone. So yeah, that's it from my side, Suchit. I would end it here. Happy to take questions.
Thank you so much, Binayak. That was fascinating, and this is the true impact of frugal digital innovation, as I call it, where and you mentioned this, which I really liked, was you mentioned this throughout your presentation, was we see technology as an enabler, but there are aspects of the physical, being present within those communities that makes the difference. The big difference is actually working hand in hand with them. So I'll just, not too many questions, but just a couple as just to clarify a few things. So, uh, what are some of the biggest challenges that you have to kind of address before you can break into these communities? So, you've done this over, a few years now, but where did it all start? Like, how did you get your first like breakthrough?
Yeah, so I started it, and it was, I think, in early 2015 when you can technically say I was the lone wolf and I was starting the program. In 2015, our model was very different from where we are currently. So I just wanted to implement education programs. I did not know how. So we started with simple play schools in rural India, and to basically a brick and mortar model wherein children would be coming, they would be getting enrolled, and they would be getting quality early childhood education programs. Even though I was bootstrapping, and there was not much financial support to pilot our solutions, and we were doing okay. But then we had very 4 or 5 learning centers in the first year, and then we thought of adding few more. Over a period of time, what I realized was that, Suchit, is you know tech, and we did not have technology solutions to like in 2015. So there is where we realized the importance of technology and how it could help in reaching out to more children and a more effective manner. So in that way, we sort of pivoted our model. We did not, even though those were low cost learning centers, we sort of stopped the idea and trying to set up learning centers, but then identified community educators who in turn can use our resources and technology to deliver education programs at their own home. So this is one of the program, and this is a major, you can say, the program, the time fellowship program that we have branded it right now, is being that was the one, I'll say, the big breakthrough, I might say, which helped us right now in delivering the programs in partnership with government.
So in terms of building sort of the trust with, why would these people be ready to work with you? So like, how did that work out? So I'm just trying to get to sort of the
Okay.
where the rubber meets the road, right? So this is okay, you're going there, you're an educator, you're trying to do this, but why would they want to work with you is the question, and how did you build that relationship? So
yeah, so initially it is first of all about community mobilization and trying to make them understand the importance of education programs. That was the first thing. So it's not that they are not aware of quality education. It's just that there has been no means for them to get access to it. So the first few, you can say, parents who got enrolled in the education programs were the key. And before that, we had a first team member, Mr. Manoj, and he is still working with us as the senior operations manager. It requires a little bit of, you can say, a local community support also. And then after that, it's if you are able to deliver the result, then I think it would obviously solve your purpose, and more people would be aware of the same.
Right. Okay. Fantastic. So the other follow up I have is, there was this. I read somewhere that there was the program during the pandemic where you were delivering lessons through landlines. So do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yes. So those were not landlines, but those were simple feature phones. So that was the big challenge. What we found out was that in India and across the globe, we had edtech solutions being delivered. But still, then I think you must be knowing the exact numbers. But I think I had read that UNESCO and in fact, UNICEF had mentioned that like more than 300 million children are not getting access because they don't have access to smartphones, they don't have access to internet, computers, laptops. So those in fact, that is the population where we were working. Yes, the educators that we had onboarded had smartphones, but not all parents. The internet or the smartphone penetration is, I think, around 15 to 20%. So what about the 80% of the children? So when we devised the programs, our program was focused on this 80% of the population who doesn't have access to smartphones, but then they do have feature phones. The feature phones, they just use that just to simply, communicate with world, with their family, etc. So that was the first thing where we identified that that is the means in which we would be able to reach out to them, if not physically. So the entire the home based learning program is through this feature phone only. Obviously, the children, the families who have smartphones can also access the same. So the idea is very simple. We have teaching learning activities which are very simple, so that any parent from any literacy level are able to do that. This was vetted by the state government. So the activities which we devised was grade age specific, level specific, for class 1 to 5. We first of all did a very thorough baseline of the children, again using feature phone, wherein a simple 10 to 15 minutes in which we identified that class 3 children is going to a government school, but they have a learning level of arithmetic of class 1, and maybe of the local language Odia of class 2. So they will be getting activities not of their class, which is class 3, but then in class 1 of maths and class 2 of ODI. So these activities would be shared, like say we share exactly 4 activities a week, 2 of mathematics, 2 of language. Those get shared through automated voice call, which is scheduled at a fixed duration. This again, that exact time, what we do is that we first of all map it before we schedule the call, so that they tell that okay, they are free at 11 to 11:30, or in the afternoon or something like that. They get the content, then just immediately after that the same activity is concised, shared over SMS in a local language, and then they have the option to hear the activity again, calling to the toll-free number using the same feature phone. Now this thing gets repeated, say Monday, Tuesday. On Wednesday they get a call from a community educator, a live phone call on the same feature phone, wherein they check with the activity. So they put the phone on speaker, the child and the parent sits, and they ask them directed questions regarding the activity. It's not like they're checking okay what you are doing, etc., etc., but asking specific questions to gauge that whether they are doing the activity or not. Again, Thursday, Friday you get 2 activities, and on Saturday they do that. So this is basically the entire thing. Now for this thing, we are using web-based technology, a simple web-based solution which is being used by community educators to track children. So you have, technology wherein they are all their assigned children, students are there on their platform. They simply see that which week activities they need to call and check and fill up the data. Now on another level, you have the local managers who again track these educators on the platform, on a separate web-based platform, so that they check the assigned educator has called the child or not, whether they have filled up the activity, done the activities or not, fill up the data or not. So we use a mixture of low cost technology, but to manage and monitor, we use normal web-based and you can say cloud platform to deliver the programs.
That's fantastic. I mean, that's amazing. The level of detail and the pedagogical, development behind this. And I'm cognizant of the time. So this is my last question: is uh, do you have in-house experts, or how did you develop the pedagogical side of this? So there is, of course, the technology and the delivery, but also then on the pedagogical side, it's, how do you ensure that there are levels of learning, and then what's suitable for children at what level, based on the various assessments that you did. So is it an in-house team? Do you partner? I see in the slides you showed me a number of partners. So just a little bit about that, and then I promise I won't keep you long. So let's this is my last question.
Okay, Suchit. So, this is the thing about content, is that we have massive open source content which are present. You just need to curate the best among them and deliver the same. So we also did that. It's not like we have not delivered in-house. In fact, the activities which we have done, we have the pedagogical experience. But then, Suchit, the content and the structure will remain the same everywhere. So the structure that we have is, from the state government and central government. So they have typically the learning outcomes mapped, so everything is detailed. Now you just need to devise activities which we have done in house due to our pedagogical experience on ground, and the same got vetted by the state government so that it was good to go. So it's a mixture of, I would say, in-house, but we also partner with leading content providers who provide open source technology. Like, say for example, Pratham, we are partnering with them on for their story viewer platform. We are partnering with Central Square Foundation for accessing their videos. We partner with Make Shala to use some of their maths content. So we are partnering with leading players, and it's not like we are using the entire solutions. And that's the best part about collaboration in the social space, is that when you reach out to someone and you want very specific things, you get that, and then you use your own methodology to make sure that you curate the same for your audience.
Thank you so much, Binayak. I mean, look at the impact that it leads to. Then this is just phenomenal. I mean, I'm so happy that you took the time out, to share this with us, and I am, both humbled and honored actually to be interviewing you. So this was fantastic. Thank you so much. We appreciate it, and we hope to have you back soon. So for with more developments and more success. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Suchin.